Haggai 1. In the second year of King Darius, on the first day of the 6th month, the word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai of Jeroboam son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and to the Joshua son of Zadok, the high priest. This is what the Lord Almighty says. These people say the time has not yet come from the Lord's house to be built. Then the word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai. It is a time from you yourself to be living in your paneled house, where this people remains on ruin. Now this is what the Lord Almighty says. Give careful thought to your ways. You have planted much, but you have harvested little. You eat, but never have enough. You drink, but never have your fill. You put on clothes, but you are not warm. You earn wage only to put them in a purse with holes in it. This is what the Lord Almighty says. Give careful thought to your ways. Go up into the mountain and bring down the timber and build a house, so that I may take pleasure in be honored. Say the Lord, you expected much, but I see it turned out to be a little. What you brought home I blew away. Why, declares the Lord Almighty? Because of my house, which remains ruined. While each of you is busy with his own house, therefore, because of you, the heavens have held their dew and yield in crops. I call for a drought of the field and the mountains on the ground, and new wine, and oil, and whatever the ground produces on men and cattle, on the labor of your hand. Then Jeroboam son of Shealtiel, Joshua son of Zadok, and the high priest and the whole remnant of the people obeyed the voice of the Lord their God and the message of the prophet Haggai, because the Lord their God had sent him, and the people feared the Lord. Then Haggai, the Lord's messenger, gave this message to the Lord to the people. I am with you, declares the Lord. So the Lord stirred up the spirit of Jeroboam, son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, and the spirit of Joshua son of Jehoiada, and the high priest, and the spirit of the whole remnant of the people. They came and began to work on the house of the Lord Almighty their God, on the 24th day of the 6th month, in the second year of King Darius. 2. On the 21st day of the 7th month, the word of the Lord came through the prophet Haggai. Speak to Jeroboam son of Shealtiel, governor of Judah, to Joshua son of Zadok, the high priest, and the redeemed of the people. Ask them, who of you is left who saw this house in the former glory? How does it look to you now? Does it not seem to you like nothing? But now be strong, O Jeroboam, declares the Lord. Be strong, O Joshua, son of Zadok, the high priest. Be strong, all your people of the land, declares the Lord, and work. For I am with you, declares the Lord Almighty. This is what I convenient with you when you came out of Egypt. And my spirit remains among you. Do not fear. This is what the Lord Almighty says. In a little while I will once more shake the heavens and the earth, the seas and the dry land. I will shake all nations, and the desire of the nation will come, and I will fill this house with glory, says the Lord Almighty. The silver is mine, and the gold is mine, declares the Lord Almighty. The glory of his present house will be gathered, greater than the glory of the former house, says the Lord Almighty. And in this place I will grant peace, declares the Lord Almighty. On the 24th day of the 9th month, in the second year of the Darius, the word of the Lord came from the prophet Haggai. This is what the Lord Almighty says. Ask the priest what the law said. If a person carries consecrated meat in the fold of the garment, and the fold touches some bread or stew, some wine, oil, or other food, does it become considerated? The priest answered no. Then Haggai said, if a person defiled by contact with a dead body touches one of these things, does it become defiled? Yes, the priest replied, it becomes defiled. Then Haggai said, so it is with this people and this nation in my sight, declares the Lord. Whatever they do and whatever they offer, there is defiled. Now give careful thought to this from this day on. Consider how things were before a stone was laid on another in the Lord's temple. When anyone came to a heap of 20 measures, they were only 10. When anyone went to the wine vat of the dry 50 measures, they were only 20. I struck all the work of the hands with blight, mildew, and hail, yet you did not turn to me, declares the Lord. From this day on, from this 24th day of the 9th month, give careful thought to the day when the foundation of the Lord's temple was laid. Give careful thought. Is there yet any seed left in the barn? Until now, the vine and the fig tree and the pomegranate and the olive tree have not borne fruit. From this day on, I will bless you. The word of the Lord came to Haggai a second time on the 24th day of the 9th month. You'll tell Zerubbabel, governor of Judah, that I will shake the heavens and the earth. I will overturn the royal thrones and shatter the power of the foreign kingdoms. I will overthrow chariots and their drivers, horses and their riders will fall, each divide the sword of his brother. On that day, declares the Lord Almighty, I will take you, my servant Jeroboam, son of Sheviah, declares the Lord, and I will make you like my signet ring, for I have chosen you, declares the Lord Almighty.